Powersports News. This is Jackie Van Ham with your Ride of the Week. We are here at Flat Out Friday, this awesome indoor flat track race here in Milwaukee. I grabbed a friend of mine, Nerissa, to talk to her a little bit about this excellent Harley-Davidson that she races in the Lady Hooligan class, and she also races in a couple of other classes here this weekend. First things first, can you talk to us a little bit about this awesome bike?
Absolutely. It's a very beautiful bike. I can't claim it as my own, unfortunately. I have some great friends at Ukes Harley-Davidson in Kenosha, Wisconsin that are letting me borrow this bike this weekend, but it's a Sportster 1200. They've done some great work on the motor. They put a new carb on it. They rebuilt the bottom end. You can see this great new exhaust, some suspension work. It's the whole works. It's a really great bike, and they have it dialed in.
Awesome. And the 1200 Sportster is the weapon of choice amongst really all of the hooligan classes across the country. This is the bike. This is what everybody wants to ride.
I think so. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I think it's the greatest bike out there for it.
Being here in Harley-Davidson country,
exactly.
Here in Milwaukee,
right?
I mean, you'd be kicked off the island if you didn't say that, right? So how's your race going today? How was your earlier heats?
Yeah, it's going well. I spent the first practice laps just kind of familiarizing myself with the bike a little bit more than I already had been, and I felt good. Kind of got the jitters out, right? Like race day is always kind of nerve-wracking, but it's going well. And you know, I love just the camaraderie. All the other women in the pits are so awesome, and we're so encouraging with each other. So it's just been fun to get out there and be on the lap, you know, the track with all of them running laps, and it's a good learning experience, really. So
well, this is one of my favorite races, especially for women in racing, because the grids here are super legitimate.
Yeah.
You know, other places in the country, only a handful of women race, but here in Milwaukee, man, they mean business. And there's usually about 10 to 12 women out there on the grids for these classes, which I think is wonderful.
Absolutely. And you know, the great thing about Flat Out Friday is that they do a lot of work to be really inclusive to so many different types of riders, and they're very welcoming to the women's community as part of that. So we do get a really great field of women, and there are some really competitive women out there, so it's awesome to be on the track with them.
Speaking of, what got you into racing? What kind of wet your whistle and made you want to come out here and bang bars with the gals?
You know, if I'm totally honest, I think it was peer pressure. But it's so exhilarating, right? Like, as a rider, I started street riding before I got into off-road racing, and I just always come out here with the attitude that I'm going to learn something and I'm going to have fun doing it, and you know, I get better and better every time. So my friends were in it before I was, and just kept telling me how fun it was, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get out there. And finally I did it, and I understood what they were saying, and I realized why they were trying to push me into it. And you know, especially in Milwaukee, we have such a great community here.
Yeah.
So everyone's just, you know, hey, yeah, you can ride my bike, just try it out, and then all of a sudden you're just addicted.
Yeah.
So
it's one of my favorite things. I agree with you, especially about this race in particular, but really any of the more regional races, is it's so welcoming. Everybody wants you to come bang bars with them, and while it's competitive for sure, at the end of the day, like if something broke on your bike and your competitor had a part, they would bring it over to you.
Absolutely.
To get you back out on the track.
Yeah, everybody wants to see everybody else succeed. You know, we're all here for the same goal, the same purpose, and
just have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Right? We lay it out on the track, but afterwards, it's all good. We're still friends. Usually, no.
Usually, hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully. Well, awesome. Have a great race tonight.
Thank you.
I can't wait to watch. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk us through this very cool 1200cc Harley-Davidson Hooligan Racer. And that is your Ride of the Week.